Well, here we go again. Oh, Tennessee Trooper Brian Glenn family never seems to give up on surprises. I remember a while back there I said that we had information, in the family life and stuff. Well, time to reveal that source and why. Now, I don't screw with people until they screw with me. So, if you connected to Brian Glenn, you screw with me. You double screwed. So, turned out Brian Glenn's sweet ass wife, supposedly, what was her name again? Starts with a C, I think. C Cassell. Jesse Cassell. Celeste. Damn. Cassie? Anyways. Brian Glenn's wife has his cousin. Her name is Kayla. She's about 21, 22 years old. She was my personal care assistant. Yeah. Supposed to be taking care of the elderly. I believe her last name was West. At least that's what her email address shows. But her first name is Kayla. She's telling me how sweet her cousin was that married Brian. I kind of believe that, She said, "Oh yes, my family's all religious and everything and all that." Okay, well I can tell right now what kind of family she was brought up in, and thusly what kind of person Brian Glenn married. So here's a reflection on Brian Glenn's wife and family she was brought up in now. Kayla was supposed to be providing me with 5 days personal care assistance, including cooking me meals and seeing that I got my medication and all that. keeping the place clean. So, it's supposed to be 4 days at 2 hours and 1 day at 5 hours. That went good for about 2 weeks. And she didn't start showing up for days. Oh, they called me up on another job. Okay. And she says, well, they've got this other guy that requires 24-hour care. And they can't get over 40 hours. So I'm trying to figure out how it is that, you know, I understand that guy, okay. Right now, I don't believe it's a thing, and I think anybody needs 24-hour care. I don't think they're getting PCA services. You know, 24-hour care. You know, I don't believe that. So that made me suspicious, okay. So, obviously he's not the only one. If they can call her off of me, three of my 5 days and one of them being 5 days, so I was only getting 2 2-hour days a week. So I called her office, talked to my caseworker, says, could you arrange that any days that she doesn't come, that somebody else could fill in for her? She says, yeah, no problem. Keeps right on going. 2 days a week, 4 hours a week. I'm doing without meals. She's supposed to be cooking me at least a meal a day. She's not cooking none. At least that piece of shit Jody Dunn is cooking me a couple, 2 or 3 a week. Instead of 7. So after calling her boss, you know, this continues. It continues and continues. So I finally called her boss again, you know. I said, what? I says, Kayla hadn't been here over a week. I says, I need food, I'm hungry. I need something to drink. I can't drink just plain water. Like vomit. It's been like that ever since I was a kid. Like vomit. If there's nothing else, they gotta have something to mix in with it, you know. You know, so I'm about ready to do without liquid, you know. Food, it doesn't matter because I have to force myself to eat anyway. I mean, I could starve to death and never be hungry. You know, water, you know, if I'm going to live, I need water. And so we're talking, you know, says, well, you know, wasn't she here Monday? I said, well, no, she was here a week ago Monday. Said she was going to come, you know, she didn't come a week ago Monday when I called her and told her I needed food. She said, okay, I'll come in and get you some groceries. She came in and said, okay, I'm coming in tomorrow, which was Tuesday. I said, okay, well, if you're coming in tomorrow, I won't hold you up. Just get me this couple of things. Okay, see you tomorrow. Didn't come in tomorrow. Went all week, out of groceries again. Monday rolls around again. So she don't show up again. So Tuesday I call my caseworker, her boss, and she, so we're talking, you know, and it turns out that she's been putting in time, but she ain't been showing up for work. I don't know what she's been doing. She's been getting paid $15 an hour to let me do without meals. I don't know what it is with a healthcare worker that does that to somebody in their care. It's probably criminal. So, just like Brian Glenn, she got her ass fired. See, if you know somebody that's even associated with the cop, they're trash. It's like Brian Glenn said, it's trash. His old butt plug, what's his name, Benjamin. He followed Brian all the way up there to Alaska. Had him a good job up here in prison. Brian got his ass fired, old butt plug, followed Brian down to Tennessee. Got him down there in prison down there. His ass fired. Yeah. He was making more up in Alaska than Brian was down in Tennessee. So you can imagine the drop in pay he got. So you followed Brian Glenn around. You followed Brian Glenn up there, Alaska. Yeah, you followed a loser down to Tennessee and you got your ass fired. She got a cut in pay. According to your Facebook page, you're a fry cook at the Krusty Krab. For those of you who don't know that SpongeBob SquarePants is what 8 and 10-year-old kids do on their computers. That's what he does with Brian Glenn's kids. He associates with 8 and 10-year-olds. That's the level of intelligence that Benjamin Glenn has. He claims to have been in security. He can't even hold a job as a prison guard, you know, where they don't even have guns. Oh, man. That's probably why he ain't good enough to be a cop. They probably won't let him have a gun. He'd probably shoot himself. How stupid he is. We had on Brian Glenn's family, oh, Benjamin. Yeah, this dumb piece of shit. Up on robertbodell.com, up on Brian Glenn's page. There's mention of Brian's brother. Thanks, Brian. Benjamin up in Alaska here doing some kind of shady shit in prison. Now, there's a couple of people that were in prison up here with him when he was a guard up here. And they came forward. 2 of them made sworn statements. So they are on file somewhere. And there's a third one that is still in prison up here as far as I know. He's going to be here for a while. But anyways, he was involved in, I guess, bringing something into the prison. He was sticking balloons stuck one up his ass or something. I don't know. So, anyways, they come forward about it. They mentioned it up there on the Brian Glenn's page. So old Brian Glenn's anal thermometer Benjamin, he gets hold of me on Facebook. Tells me to take this off of off the website. And so I told him, I says, that website's about me. I'm going to do that website. I mean, I can ask them to take stuff down off it. I mean, I know the people that do, but whether they do or not, I really don't have any control over it. So I said, if you want to, sue somebody for not taking it down, I says, you go ahead and get a hold of them, and you sue them. I says, but in the meantime, if your dumbass insists on flying up to Alaska to get a lawyer, it's going to cost you $1,000 and $1,000 back. That's $2,000. You're going to put up some money up front on a lawyer because this case ain't going no fucking where. So there's probably another $10,000. I'm going to guarantee you there's going to be some continuances. So you can plan on a few more round trips up here by plane. She's probably going to have about $20,000 in there. I says, and when you're going to get done, you're going to get 2 pieces of shit out of date laptops, a television monitor, and chest of drawers, a hospital bed, and a wheelchair. The chair ain't worth shit. But you ain't gonna get shit. The whole batch all together, you ain't gonna get $300-400 for it. So go ahead, sue my ass. Brian Glenn's whole family ain't no damn smarter than he is. Oh man. So oh man. I mean, can you imagine being related to this ignorant piece of crap? Yeah, and Brian Glenn, he's probably the proudest member of their family. The whole family is as proud of him. He is the epitome of what this whole family has worked together to produce. What a bunch of losers. God, I wish I could remember what his wife's name was. I'm going to have to... man. See... There's a C, there's an S. See, that's what happens when you get brain damage. Can't never remember anything. Crap. I'll have to remember it. I'll let you know later. but her name's on the property that Brian Glenn bought. When he moved up to Alaska, his previous wife was on the property up here. He divorced her, married this one, moved down to Tennessee, bought a house with her name. Brian Glenn can't buy a house in his own name because he ain't got no credit. He has to marry somebody that's got credit. So shall see. I know what it is. You know, 'cause people keep updating me on his family all the time. Yeah, while we're at it on his family, I tell you a funny story. Among the people that we've learned to come in contact with during the course of all of this is some of Brian Glenn's neighbors, including the parents of some kids that go to school with his kids and play with his kids. So Brian Glenn's oldest kid, I will not name him yet, he ain't over 18. But he was out bullying some little kid around. He's like 10, 11 years old now. He's about to outgrow SpongeBob SquarePants, but Benjamin's still there. So Brian Glenn's oldest kid, he puts his little kid around, so the little kid runs off crying. He comes back a little while later with a bunch of these, about a dozen or so, 6, 7, and 8-year-olds. And they tend to put a whoop ass on him. They kind of beat his ass up. Now, once they beat his ass up out there in the woods, out there by the house there, I had a little come to Jesus moment with him about pushing little kids around once they got his attention. And they had a little come to Jesus moment with him. They took his clothes and they threw it up on a tree branch. Put a branch up overhead. Got a shinny up there to get him. And they shinny down. So I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think he got cured bullying. Yeah, but not all that well in school either, I guess. In fact, getting called out by the teachers a lot. He seemed to think rules don't apply to him in school either. Being quiet, respectful. Well, that all comes from upbringing. He's an evil little monster anyway. That's why Brian Glenn had to get married. He couldn't find no daycare centers to take care of his little brats. Okay, well, I was hoping I could remember why what Brian's wife and my PCA Kaylee's cousin's name was. Damn. CBP. I'll find out and let you know what it is later. Well, anyway, that's kind of update on Brian Glenn's family life. Yeah. He's a loser. His whole family's a loser. He marries into loser families. So, as usual, Brian Glenn, piss off. Everybody else out there, thank you very much for listening to my story and let me tell the world what happens when you exercise your right to remain silent, elect to Alaska State Troopers. How they will beat you in a wheelchair and diapers. So, y'all have a good day there. And for those of you that aren't following me, look through my channel, look back there to when I was riding a four-wheeler out in the woods, and see what happens, how this progressed from meeting an Alaska State Trooper but never prosecuted. And so feel free to subscribe or whatever you call it. Click down there for let you know when I post more videos, and appreciate it if you tell others about it. The more people that know my story, the better. Y'all have a good day. Brian Glenn, piss off. Okay. Had make a call there and have somebody go and check out and see what Brian Glenn's wife's name was. It's Alicia. Yeah. She's the one that he married up here in Alaska, and she's the one that's passed all the information down to her family that the Kaylee's passed on to me. So okay, so I just wanted to add in there. I could remember her name is Alicia. It was Alicia. Alicia Glenn. Alicia and Brian Glenn. She's on the property information. So y'all have a good day. Bye. This is out, Brian.